Okay, again, welcome everyone. New and recurring participant, welcome. So as Regina said, today's presentation is titled The Power of the Words. Conscious Speech Can Transform Life. So throughout this month, we will explore about 3 interconnected dimensions of the human expression. So we'll begin first by speech, which is today's presentation, The Power of the Words. And next week, we'll reflect on teaching and the subtle line between guiding and manipulating. And in the final lecture of the month, we will speak about action, violence, war, and what true action means from the standpoint of consciousness. So words are supposed to represent what we feel inwardly, and we all can agree on that. However, as we all know, there is a gap between what we say and what we do. It's always the do as I say and not as I do. And so there's also a gap between what we teach and what we stand for, between intention and action. And this gap is not just moral or psychological, it's spiritual as well. Us as human beings, we're very skilled at presenting ourselves well. So we can refine our words, we can polish our intention, we can speak beautifully about values, unity, truth, justice. And yet, deep inside, we remain divided, we remain unsure, and even contrary. And a volcano could be erupting within us, and yet our words can still flow graciously. But we always have to know that the real impact of these words spoken, or rather the energy or the fire behind them, are felt beyond what is visible. The Rosicrucian path does not approach this fact in a critical or judgmental way, rather in a constructive spirit. We're here to look inward, to quietly observe, and understand how this dichotomy manifests within ourselves. If we think back to the great messengers of the light, meaning Christ, Buddha, Krishna, Lao Tzu, Hermes, what touches us most is not only what they said, but how deeply it was aligned with the way they lived. To put it simply, they were true to their words. They manifested love and unity, and because there was unity, their words carried force. Now, we're not talking about the force in the sense of domination, but force in the sense of truth, the living truth. Today, we live in a very different atmosphere. Never before in history has humanity had such constant and immediate opportunity to communicate endlessly through technology and social media. But this information overdrive, does it really promote awareness? It sometimes feels like we're drinking from a hose, doesn't it? The essential question is not how we speak, but from where do we speak? From what state of consciousness do our words arise? Are they born from clarity, from compassion or inner reflection? Or are we simply reacting or repetition of forces moving through us? In the universal teaching, the word is creative. It gives form. It builds atmosphere. It strengthens tendency. What we speak does not disappear. It participates in the subtle field of our lives. So the word is born before it's even become sounds. It's born within our consciousness. And if our consciousness is divided, the word carries division. If our consciousness is aligned, the word carries strength. The polarization, the acceleration, and the conflicts we witness around us today does not arise independently of human consciousness. Humanity is like a great living organism. Each of us is a cell within that body. If the cell are disturbed, the whole body reflects it. So the spiritual school of the Golden Rosicrucian does not promise quick solution to the world's challenges. It points to inner transmutation. It invites us to awaken a different state of consciousness, one that's not centered solely in the reaction of egocentrism, but rooted in something deeper, something essential. And when that awakenings begin, even quietly, speech changes, teaching changes, action changes.